Holy smokes. Just went for a 3-mile run at lunch. So hot, sweaty, got my raincoat on. It's nasty rain mix. Anyways, I want to talk to you today about the greatest book ever written for kids. So before I share my pick, I want to know down in the comments below, what do you think is the greatest book ever written for kids? And don't say it's too hard, I can't decide. Just what pops into your mind? What's the best book you've ever read for kids? Are you ready? Let's. All right, so today, the day before winter break, just finished what I think, in my mind, in my heart, in my brain, is the greatest book ever written for kids. And I have read this book aloud to students a few times. I've seen students read it alone. I've seen students read it, read ahead when we're reading it aloud. They just can't get enough of it. They can't take it anymore. They're so anxious. You can stop in so many different parts and their mind is completely blown. That book that I think is the greatest book ever written for kids is Louis Sachar's Holes. I think it's the only book ever, not 100% sure, not the best researcher, but I'm pretty sure that it's the only book ever to win the Newbery Medal and the National Book Award. This book is magnificent. I think it's perfect. I think the way that the different storylines come together, I think the way that everything messaged together, I think the little clues that are dropped in throughout make this book just absolutely perfect. I've read it probably 15 times now, and just reading it aloud to my students, it was like I was reading it for the first time. I was catching new connections, new things that went together. This book is just absolutely perfect. And reading the last few chapters aloud to my students and watching their brains process the things being put together, watching them see what a story can do to your heart, it was just magical. It is the reason that I'm a teacher. It is the reason that I love children's literature. It is the reason that being a part of this world is such an honor and such a joy to me. It's books like Holes that make kids remember reading. It's books like Holes that kids remember for the rest of their lives. It's books like Holes that kids read when they're 9, 10, 11, and 12, and then buy for their children when they're 7, 8, and 9 because they can't wait. They know they're probably not ready for it yet, but they're just so excited for them to experience a book like this. Now, you might think I'm crazy, and that's fine. You might think I'm wrong. That's totally cool. I'm just a kid from Parma. Just a kid from a one blinking light town, teaching a bunch of kids that live in a one blinking light town and watching them fall in love with what I think is the greatest book ever written for kids. Please, please, please let me know down in the comments below what you think is the best book written for kids. Let me know why. It's books like these. It's a list maybe that we can capture in the comments that will help teachers remember why this job is so magical. It will help us to get these books into the hands of more kids and more readers. And maybe, just maybe, through these great stories, through these great experiences, more kids will fall in love with reading. They'll be more empathetic. They will be kinder to others. They will be more brilliant. They will be more successful. It will make it so all of their dreams can come true. You never know. When kids read magical books, magical things happen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have an awesome-tastic day. Happy, happy reading.